This is a lot better than the other music we had on. Welcome everyone to the Lummy Sports Show with, well, my one co-host that is currently the reigning champion of the show. Some people know him as The Filthy, some people know him as Rep.
Who would have thought?
I mean, we can't say Brian's here, so if you're just
I know.
listening on bar and you're watching on YouTube, you can see that Red has the belt.
Yeah, another week, another contract dispute with Babyface. But I mean, who would have thought that I'd be sitting here holding the MF and strap, Lummy? I certainly did not when I came in and showed up today.
I mean, I probably wouldn't have brought up that trailer if I knew that you were going to take the strap from me. And no, it was actually a really good trailer. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, Rhett, we'll kind of leave it kind of vague. I'm sure Bubba's going to want to say something when tomorrow I don't have the belt. But Rhett got the belt. Check out on YouTube.
Well, we are
great.
6 minutes away, actually, from the podcast where it all happened.
Yeah.
Hopefully you decide to hang out with us for the rest of the sports show, obviously, some live programming. But make sure you listen to the latest Bubba Army podcast. That's where all the action is. It was pretty eventful.
Did we get Janie Cakes? Did we not? I mean, you got to listen in. What did we talk about? Why is Rhett carrying the belt? I mean, we kind of talked about it on the podcast, so check that out. And now you're just listening to Rhett and myself because Babyface, you know, we gave in to what he wanted, and football ends, and all of a sudden, I feel like since the Super Bowl, he hasn't been back on the show.
You think he's maybe checked out? You think he's pulling a Lamar Jackson on us?
Well, as you notice, you know, and it's a great episode, and I know that, you know, the sports show it's not up there in Bubba's world on different shows, which is fine. You know, listen, we like, you know, doing what we do, and we enjoy all the fans that listen. But, you know, he never misses. He never misses I'm sorry, it's the bees.
The killer bees with Bubba, Brent, and Babyface. So people in chat, I guess the hot mic audio is on.
I guess I don't know how to turn that off. Do you?
Whoever's back there on Blitz's computer would be able to turn it off, but I don't know how to turn it off.
Do we have a new executive producer in the back, or is
I don't know. I don't know if we have a.
Oh, did we hire someone? Did we take baby faces?
No, I think.
Do you see him? Do you see him standing there? No.
Yeah, I see. Yes. Yeah, I see him bent over. I think we might be in good hands. Hopefully, he can hear us.
Oh, he just put me on now.
Yeah. So we're good.
Oh,
we're good.
God,
We're good.
Looking huge.
We're good.
Like a tub of crap here. Oh, it's fixed. Thank you, our new engineer Blitz. Our budget here is not too big. Obviously, our third co-host. I want to say I need to almost look at it and see. Since you made the awesome thumbnail, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'm probably going to use that as like the new morning show one because Bubba wants a new thumbnail for the morning show on YouTube. So I was going to try and build something off of that, but I liked how that one turned out.
Yeah, it looked good, and I kind of want to look at the statistics and see how many shows Brian has missed since you put that thumbnail up of us.
Oh, you mean the thumbnail for the sports show? Yeah, holy
Jesus.
hell! I think we've only had him once or twice, and that was easily 2 months ago now.
Yeah, it was before. Shit, actually, I think it was in December, right?
It had to have been.
Man,
I mean, listen, you know, my suspicions earlier. I still believe that he's just pulling a Lamar Jackson. You know, we had the contract dispute with him earlier on in the year, and that was holding him out. But now that the money isn't fully guaranteed, he's just, well, you know, it's not a full guarantee that he's going to show up.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I think that's the card that he's trying to play here, and you know, I mean, it's all right.
Listen, I'm sure if you know something. If it was ever brought up to him, I'm sure he'd be like, well, Lummy, I did text him earlier today. He said he had something going on with work. I said, well, you know, don't worry about it. Because I wasn't exactly sure how long we could do on the show because our nanny or baby, whatever you want to call her, babysitter, when Ashley's at work, is not there. Her kid is sick. So I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to do it. But, hey, we're here.
Well,
and
you know, I'm always
here.
Listen. You know, I'm always here for the sports show. I know you're always here on Wednesday at noon, looking forward to the sports show. We were so excited today that we got a little head start.
Yeah, I mean,
we got a solid show lined up today. I mean,
super solid.
Some football talk, some Bucks talk, some good, some bad, but you know, a lot planned.
Which, yeah, I mean, we can just jump right into the football. Obviously, baseball is spring training. I mean, really, what's there to talk about baseball currently? Tyler Glasnow is out of 6 to 8 weeks. I mean, it's spring training baseball. There's really no big moves going on. Hockey's in full swing. The Lightning are kind of taking a little bit of a dip and dive.
Yeah, what's been going on there? I know that the trade deadline, obviously everybody wanted to go out there and make some moves, and they pick up that Geno guy from what was it, Nashville,
Yeah.
I think. And he really didn't do anything to help them last night against Florida. They got their ass whooped 4-1, and 3 of those goals came in the first period. And I mean, the Lightning have just been in a slump. And
following up from the Penguins game, which Ashley is a big Penguins fan, so we watched that game. And when we turned it on, it was 2-1 in the second period. And when the second period was over, I believe it was 7-2. And that game ended to be 7-3. So the backup goalie, what was it, 5 or 6 goals in the second period.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that the Lightning just historically have not done well. I don't know what the stats are on the power play this year. That's always something they've struggled with. But their ability this season to just fall into these pits and give up goals at this volume.
They're struggling. I definitely know. I think they're struggling away. 813-90 BBA 813-90 Bubba. But I believe they are struggling away. Yeah, they're 15, 14 and 1 away, which is never good. I mean, obviously they always say, what, you want to play 500 away,
right?
And then obviously have your winning streak at home.
I mean,
yeah, they're 22 and 5. Yeah, I mean they have time. They're not going to miss the playoffs. I mean, they are. Let's see, they're third in the Atlantic. I mean, the Bruins are still just absolutely. They're on an 8-game winning streak now.
Just a lot of good teams in the East, like New York, 34 wins, New Jersey pushing 40, Carolina pushing 40, Boston 47, Toronto 37, Tampa Bay sitting in third 37. Buffalo still competitive, even though their record doesn't show. Like, there's a lot of good teams in the East.
Yeah, I mean, Colorado's 34-19. Looks like the Stars will.
Dallas leads the West with 31 wins.
Yeah, and the Vegas with 30.
Vegas has 35. It's just level of competition.
So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, what's going on with hockey. They got a big game Thursday.
There's highs and lows in every sports season, but hockey in particular, these guys aren't going to be on for every game of the season.
No, not at all. And you know what? I mean, look, a lot of times they say you might peak too early during the season. Hopefully that's what the Bruins are doing. They're on an 8-game winning streak again. Obviously, they've been just absolutely destroying everyone this year. They haven't really had those lows. They've only lost 8 games, in 5 in overtime. But I don't know. I mean, hopefully the Lightning get that, they can pull it up toward the end of the year and make another run. It would be a nice little 4 in a row to get to the Stanley Cup. Did you go to any games last year?
No, I did. No, I did
not. In the playoffs or anything?
No, I wanted to. I definitely want to try and make a few games this year. No, I didn't.
Yeah, well, we were looking at going against the Penguins coming up Thursday. Man, the ticket prices they're just going up and up and up.
It's those teams, especially those teams in the East that are always competitive. But Toronto, Boston, I don't know about Florida. I don't really see markups on those tickets, but it seems like Detroit, they always kind of charge a lot of money.
Well, I would say with Florida, Brian just texted me, by the way. He said he's not going to be done with his work stuff till about 1. Okay, so, yeah, no, that's why I told him. Yeah. No, Florida actually, because it's actually becoming a nice little rivalry. I don't know if it's more the Tampa side, but I've looked at it because, of last year and how aggressive they play. And almost like Tampa plays a different style of hockey when they play the Panthers compared to other teams. And, yeah, I don't know if I'm not going to the right sites, but the prices are ridiculous.
Mm.
You used to be able to get some, like, $50 ticket, $60 ticket. Now they're in the hundreds.
I think they've been trending upward for a lot of years, though. Like, I don't buy hockey tickets as often as I buy football tickets or even like baseball tickets, honestly. But
baseball's not too bad.
Yeah, but I will say that, like, since the Lightning have been more prevalent, since they have been obviously winning a bunch, those prices are just going to go up in nature. But, like, resale, usually for certain games, it'll get crazy. It'll be like $100 for a nosebleed seat.
Let's see here. Tampa Bay. I guess I could have just went on ESPN. They have them usually. Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Pittsburgh Penguins. Let's see. What would you guess they were going to be going for?
Nosebleed, cheapest seat in the building's probably like $89.
All right. See that? In my opinion, the 300 level, it's not too bad. But I've sat up there. We've sat against the back wall.
Well,
I mean, how good is my kid's vision?
Right. I
You know
mean,
what I
it's
mean?
not perfect. It's definitely the worst seat in the house.
I'd rather sit at home then.
But with Emily, it still doesn't feel like there's a bad seat in the place.
There's not, but in the 300s when you got to walk up and I'm scared of heights, but those things are steep.
$60, is that what I saw?
Looks like $48 for 321 row P,
So up against the wall.
pretty much.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, I'd rather save that 50.
321
plus
row
the-
B is 142. Look at that same
Yeah.
section. So if you're up against the wall, $48, standing room only with the chumps, and then if you're down there up against the barricade, it's 142. That's crazy.
And I'd rather be at home. I'd rather be at home than spend that, because the fees too, man. You're probably looking at about 120, $130.
So 142 for let's just say the front row of the top section there. Go to like 118, 120.
Do 118. There
Sure,
we go.
118. Cheapest seat
Oh,
in either of those sections, you're paying about the same price. So,
146.
why not just cough up the extra cash?
And then for row B and 118, you got
Yeah, like that's
473.
nuts. But I would sit in the back of like one of those lower bowl sections. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but so 146 is pretty expensive. Like we used to sit right around here. Look, you got it 165, 119. I mean, you used to be able to score these in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, obviously the Lightning have been good. It's a hot ticket. Everyone wants to go. We're actually going to the USF game tonight. It's our last home game.
And the Sun Dome,
Well, it's our last home game for the season. They're playing Tulsa.
men's and women's, or just men?
All right, we don't mention women's on here, but men's, yes, it's just
Oh,
men's.
I don't.
I mean,
Well,
listen, we don't have
yeah,
Brian
we do.
here that can tell you everything there
Oh
is to know
yeah,
about
we don't
women's
have the
basketball.
women's basketball
Yeah,
expert.
exactly. So
Apologies.
I wouldn't be able to help you out there, but no, yeah, the men's, it's exciting. Walker really has a good time. We're sitting right behind the basket again, and we're gonna go there. And for both tickets, we got in there under $50,
Nice.
and that's not bad. And we're about 3 rows up,
I had
and that's fun.
during the USF football season. I mean, as abysmal as they were, it's always fun to go catch some college football when weather's nice out.
Yeah.
I had a plug during the season, and she gave me a couple of really, really good tickets during the year. I remember I met up with you and Ashley that one game,
Oh yeah.
and then I went to one other game. But
Well, like we got baseball tickets, so we got season tickets for USF baseball, $75. I mean, that's not bad, and it's fun. They beat Florida, who is ranked number 7. They beat them 9-8. I mean, USF has a good baseball team, and instead of driving down to, the Tropicana field, I mean, we'll go to a couple spring training games, but college baseball, I got a whole new respect for it than I used to.
yeah,
And it's actually a pretty fun. I mean, maybe because they updated their stadium and everything, but I found it actually it's really enjoyable, and it's nice to take Walker out to a game. And I know people say sometimes we take him too many places, but I mean, what's wrong with taking him to a college baseball game that maybe has like 200-300 people in the stands?
yeah. Let your kid. I mean, just any experience is better than nothing at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
and what are we
even
gonna do?
if
Sit at
he-
home and we'll have much TV, or he's reading
Yeah,
a book,
and
or
it's-
he's
and
watching
it's-
baseball.
And I know people will probably say like, "Oh, well, why bring your kid to that stuff now? He's not going to remember it." But eventually, he's going to start to remember, and then it's like he can literally say, "Oh, I've been doing that stuff with my parents for as long as I can remember," and like that's a big deal, you know?
Yeah, and he's starting soccer in a month. Oh, actually, it's going to be about 2 weeks. And people are like,
Really?
Wait, what? He can't talk yet, really. I mean, he
Uh-huh.
can say words, but yeah, we're having him start soccer. Get out there,
The bulldozer.
run around with kids, learn how to kick the ball, things like that.
Nice.
Have him be active. That's the problem now.
Yeah.
mean, we have a lot of friends that just kind of have their kids. They don't take
Just
them to
a lot of couch
games.
potatoes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't want my kid to get sick, but then they put him in daycare, and then their kid's sick all the time. Walker's, I mean, look, he had COVID during, the whole 2021 when he was in Ashley's belly, and he hasn't been sick really since then. Here and there, he's maybe had like a couple, sneezes, but for us taking him out as much as we are, he's doing pretty well, and it's good because he gets around people.
Yeah.
And I was disappointed because you were there at the dirt track, and I really wanted him to, see, because when we went last year to the dirt track, he was really young, and we didn't want to get him too close. But I think he would have actually enjoyed it more this time. And unfortunately, it rained out. And I know that you were up there.
Mhm.
I mean, were you disappointed? Are you going to go back to Bubba's track?
Oh, yeah, I'll definitely be back if there's ever a day where everyone goes up there like that, because that was pretty cool to go see Nashville and hang out with everybody. I was real disappointed that we didn't get to see any racing, because all I heard, from the moment I got there is, oh, man, these are the best cars that come through here and run at Bubba's track every year. I mean, this is the biggest, baddest race that they run all year. If you're going to go to a race, this needs to be the one. And I was excited. You know what I mean? I think while we were there, at one point, they may have fired up the cars and we heard them.
Yeah.
And it was like, all right, here we go. Because I've been to racing events. Like, I've been to dirt track shit. Those motorcycles that they're racing at his track this weekend, they used to do a league or an organization, I guess, called the XIIR. I don't think it's still around. It may be, but not in the same capacity. But they used to race them at St. Pete Times Forum on the ice. They'd fucking have four-wheelers and dirt bikes, and they'd sling them around the ice, which was really, really cool. I used to go to that with my dad, and we go to the drag races and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I love all that stuff, and I was looking forward to watching the race, but yeah, it got rained out.
Yeah, but you were having a fun time at the Nashville.
Oh, of course. How can you not?
Yeah, Colton was up there. A lot of people were up there. Obviously, the Nashes and Captain Ron. Always a good time, along with their other friends. But, I mean, speaking of ticket prices, which I'm still bitter about too. We haven't really deep dived into that one. I don't know if I just sound like a prima donna, but I just went on ESPN, saw that Jalen Carter from Georgia, top NFL draft pick. Looks like he is charged in a fatal crash. Charged with racing in fatal crash. You're fine.
You over the
the stuff. Has been charged with reckless driving and racing in conjunction with a crash that killed a teammate and a recruiting staff member. Oh, that was never reported early on. I thought it was just they said the chick was driving the one kid home and, she swerved off the road. Issued an arrest warrant? Oh, that's not good for him. He was present at the scene and later provided shifting accounts of the wreck to police. Oh, boy. Blah, blah, blah. He was killed in Devin Wilcock. Oh, man.
It's just been one thing after another for Georgia. I mean, this is obviously not a great look, but
I mean,
it's unfortunate for the kid.
No signs. Racing. Carter denied racing to the officer who observed no signs at the 310 having drinking. Crash occurred, but winning back-to-back. Wow. Wilcock is announced dead along with the other one. That's not going to be good. Do you think that's going to really drop his draft status?
Oh, 100%. I mean,
I wonder what he could be facing, or you think they'll just give him like some kind of
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard to bounce back from that. It's kind of like the Henry Ruggs deal.
Unfortunately, the one time we don't have our lawyer that's on the show, Babyface, to be even to comment on this.
Yeah, but I have to imagine that, like, the Henry Ruggs thing was different because he was drunk. I don't know.
Hammered.
I don't know if they mentioned anything at all about this guy potentially being.
They said They said that he didn't appear to be drunk at the scene of the crime.
They said he was racing.
Yeah,
which again is not quite the same, but comparable. Like, they'll put you away for that. You remember that kid going down Bayshore?
Yeah.
Killed that lady.
Yep.
So I can't imagine he gets drafted by a team this year unless they have concrete evidence that, like, hey, this is going to be shored up, ready to go by September. You know what I mean? This is going to be a non-issue, but this doesn't seem to me like something that's just going to go away between now and then.
So it looks like LaCroix, which I believe was the recruiter, or whatever, the girl. Looks like her blood alcohol level was 0.197, more than twice the legal limit. And looks like she was traveling at about 104 miles an hour before the crash.
And they said he was racing her?
Yeah. Looks like they were racing each other.
Racing each other to what? Like, he didn't know her at all? I guess they don't specify that.
No, it doesn't. Right now, this guy changed his story to the police too. It looks like he said that he told the police first that he heard the crash. He heard about the crash from a nearby apartment complex, but later then told an officer that he had been driving both behind and beside the SUV driven. So that is not looking good for him.
Yeah, not a good look.
Yeah, maybe he, a team can pick him up late in the draft.
I don't think he's going to be doing.
I don't think he's like a Leonard Little and what's his name? You said it earlier. The Raiders guy, Hugs. What's his name?
Henry Ruggs.
Hugs.
And
Hugs, not drugs. Let's go.
I don't think he's going to be doing any working out at the combine this week. But speaking of the NFL combine this week up there in Indianapolis, we got to hear from Tampa Bay Buccaneers general manager and head coach Jason Licht and Todd Bowles yesterday.
Yeah, what do they have to announce?
Well, it seems to me like Jason Licht and Todd Bowles are both doubling down on the idea that they are more than comfortable with Kyle Trask playing a full season as a starting quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh.
But they also have every intention of bringing in some legitimate competition. So with that being said, I think the door is closing on them getting a guy like Derek Carr. But Lummy, when you look at that list of free agents and you look at some cheaper options for the Bucs to bring in, some guys that recently got released, Carson Wentz, Marcus Mariota, I don't know if they're the best options, but they certainly are options. Baker Mayfield is on that list, Jacoby Brissett, Gardner Minshew as well, Cooper Rush from Dallas. I mean, really any backup quarterback looking for a job, you could sit here and say could be the starting quarterback for Tampa Bay next week. I had also heard a lot of reports about Taylor Heineke, who obviously made his money in that playoff game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all the way back in 2020. I like Heineke. I like Gardner Minshew. I wouldn't mind Jacoby Brissett. And maybe I'll take a flyer on Baker Mayfield. But other than that, I don't know if there's anyone on that list that makes me feel awesome. Maybe Andy Dalton will win you some games, but he's certainly not going to take you to the promised land, I don't think.
Well, if you look at it too, obviously I'm not getting Lamar, but if this was last year, I would have been all pushing Teddy Two Gloves.
Yeah, but
he's past his prime. He's hurt. He's getting hurt a lot more. So
well, it was just this year in Miami in particular, man. It really seemed like it did put some miles on him. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a lot of
rough year,
and he had a lot of help. He had a lot of wide receivers, and you could say whatever you want about the offensive line, but obviously the Daniel Jones and those type of people are going to be hard to get. So if you have to go down to your B list, you got Mike White. I know he's been flashes. And I'm saying if they were to bring in, you almost got to look at it in a perspective of, are they bringing in A talent or are they going to bring in B talent? And if you're going to bring in B talent, obviously they're probably looking at someone like a Mike White. Hopefully not a Joe Flacco. Please don't say Joe Flacco. Don't tell me you want Joe Flacco. The guy.
No, I don't want Joe Flacco. But again, I do think the level of competition they bring in is going to tell us how serious they take Kyle Trask.
But
being their quarterback run, if they bring in a Cooper Rush, if they bring in if they bring in a Joe Flacco, if they bring in a Cooper Rush, if they bring in a Drew Lock, then I think they are kind of handing this job to Kyle Trask. But if they bring in a Gardner Minshew, I hate to say it, but if they bring in a Baker Mayfield who wants to be a starter in the NFL, if they bring in someone like that.
I don't like Baker.
I don't like Baker either, but you can't say he wouldn't try and really win that QB1 job.
I fucking hope that, you come in and you really want to win something.
Yeah, well, is Joe Flacco going to want to come in and really fucking win something?
No. Yes.
Come on. He's not going to care. You know what I mean? Like, he'll care. He'll care enough to show up and do his job, but he's not going to last 17 weeks as your quarterback one.
No. Cooper Rush, I wouldn't be too disappointed if we started going after a Cooper Rush or a Gardner Minshew.
What are your thoughts on Heineke? I would like a Heineke. Like, I think, God, I think he's 30. So it's another like.
Is he 30?
He's pushing 30, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought he was in his late 20s.
It's another.
Yeah,
guy.
you're right. He's 30.
Yeah,
Shit.
I mean, it's another guy that, what are you going to get? 3, 4, maybe 5 productive years out of him, and he's Taylor Heineke. So it's not like you're getting, it's not like you're getting a Josh Allen who just turned 30. You're getting a Taylor Heineke. And, like, while he's good, and I think he could be legit competition for Trask, I hate to say you look at this list and say you're not going to win a Super Bowl with any of these guys, except maybe Derek Carr and Tom Brady, but you're not going to win a Super Bowl with any of these guys.
Yeah, maybe Jimmy G. 704.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen. You guys went from gaslighting Tom Brady and talking about Super Bowls to talking about rejected Panther quarterbacks and prospects as you're starting
The mighty have fallen. The mighty have fallen. Listen, the Panthers fucking haven't sniffed a goddamn playoff game in a while, all right? The mighty have fallen.
Listen,
yeah, and I'm going to be honest, man.
I'm just saying, man.
Any Bucs fan with common sense has been saying for years that we're going to have to take this on the chin, but it really does not fucking matter because they sold out and they won a Super Bowl. They set out to do something and they did it successfully. And, like, it didn't work the entire time, obviously. By the third season, there were some adjustments that needed to be made. The time had passed. The magic was gone. But they accomplished the goal, and now they're paying for it.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone is going to sit here and, wish that they had that back to, not have gotten Tom Brady and not have won a fucking Super Bowl.
The Panthers over here are sold out for Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold.
0-2 in the Super Bowl.
Well, but they sold out, and bought in Baker Mayfield is going to be their savior. They had Christian McCaffrey gone. They had 2 good wide receivers, in my opinion, on Robbie Anderson and the kid they kept. I don't know his name, but
Robbie Anderson was a joke. I mean, you saw what happened when we traded him just to Arizona.
Yeah, Robbie Anderson was a fraud. I don't know what happened that one season.
Oh, Teddy Bridgewater,
popped up.
Teddy Two Gloves.
Yeah. I mean, when he popped up that one season, I was a fan. I was so much of a fan that I got him on fantasy,
Me too.
and I fucking regretted it instantly.
Oh, you got him
Guy
that
is
year,
a
though.
bum.
I
But
got him that year.
DJ Moore is a stud. Carolina's building a good team, and if they come away with a solid quarterback, then they're obviously going to be in contention for the division.
Yeah, what are you talking about? You're like, oh, you guys got to talk about quarterback. You're still talking about quarterbacks. You guys don't even have a quarterback.
Hey, listen, man.
Exactly.
So
What do you mean? They just signed Derek Carr.
What?
Who did?
Are you serious? What?
No, I'm just fucking with
Jesus Christ.
I was like,
I was like, Brett, if that's breaking news, I mean, come on. I mean, you might want to say something.
No, I knew you might bite.
I started
We're talking about like bubble championships, like how the Dodgers won the World Series technically in the bubble, and then technically Tampa won it during COVID and the Lakers, and I'm like, I think you can discredit the baseball and the NBA one, but you can't take away what the Bucs did. And it was a home field game. I mean, football's football, no matter how you play it and stuff. So
yeah, football is football, right?
You guys won a championship, and now
they went on the road.
Are you guys watching the XFL?
Yeah, I've watched some of the games.
I've seen a little bit of it,
man.
but I actually was fucking. I was
crazy.
What was the game on? Sorry, I didn't mean to stomp on you, but what was the game on? I think it was a week or two ago where it was like a 3-possession game with 5 minutes left to go, and then the team got touchdown, and then came back and won the game. That was like the one game that I had watched, and by the last 4.5 minutes, they were down 14 plus points, and I turned it off, and then the other team came back to win it, and it's like the craziest game they've had.
I've literally watched 1 second of XFL football. All I know is Brandon LaQuad bets on it is like solid $5 a game or $2.50.
Well, I play the.
I don't know.
I'm in a DraftKings. This one of our fans, Grant, he does an XFL league. Sorry, I'm trying to get Yakos.
Hey, real quick, did you guys watch the NBA All-Star game?
No, we just watched the. I just saw highlights of the. Whatever the fuck it's called.
I saw highlights of that honky when the slam dunk contest.
Hell yeah. That dude had hops too, man. Like his dunks are pretty impressive.
And he's like 6'2", isn't he?
First try. Yeah, he's the white hope, man. He's our Woody Harrelson of White Men Can't Jump.
6'2", 165 pounds. I mean, he went out there and wrecked it, man, putting up 50s.
And miraculously, he was signed, was it like a week before the dunk competition by the 76ers?
Oh, I have no clue, but if he was, that makes it all the better. I don't know how he became eligible to dunk so quickly.
Oh, they moved him up.
Oh, he was one of the
Because he
G
had a
League guys,
two-way
and then he got
contract.
signed?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, they brought him
Yeah,
up.
he was G League Rookie of the Year last year, or MVP, or I don't know, whatever he was.
Oh, big
Hey, can I give
basketball
a
analyst
special
there.
shout out?
Sure, shout it
Lummy?
out.
I just wanted to say happy birthday to my best friend Bubba Light. Happy birthday. I hope you have a great day. Just wanted to put that out there. You know, someone that provides a lot of content, and you know, overall, just wanted to wish him a happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, the Bubba Light, Hall of Famer. $3 million
Birthday,
man.
Bubba
All right.
Light.
Show's
Thank
good,
you.
guys. Kick some ass.
See ya.
Pow!
Pow! Then question from Chad Bubba Twitcher. Tua, what do I think his future is? I think he's going to take this off season, and I think he'll be fine for next year with this cannon of an arm that Brian, thinks that he has
I think he'll be back to take his rightful place.
of throwing 40-yard bombs
As the
And
best, as the most accurate quarterback in the NFL.
and having his wide receivers have to run 50 yards and then run back.
It doesn't
10
matter.
yards
It doesn't matter, Lummy. Doesn't matter.
because he put up the same
Doesn't matter.
numbers that he
Doesn't
did
matter.
with Patrick
Doesn't matter.
Mahomes. I know.
Doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't matter. We're not going to get into it because, Brian won't admit that he's a Tua mark, and all I said was he didn't have a great arm, but he just looks at stats. You can't look and see that doesn't have a great arm. It's kind of like, I just thought about this. If you kind of compare it, it's Shaq. Shaq averaged like, I'm going to a basketball reference. Shaq averaged like what, 29 points a game?
Sure.
And you're like, if you don't watch basketball, you're like, oh, that guy's a great shooter. He's a great shooter.
Yeah.
He had 29 points a game. 29 points. That guy must be a really good shooter.
Sure.
And you have a Tim Duncan who is like easily, like he could bank it, you know what I mean? Like a good shooter. I think he averaged like 22, 23. Well, you're going to say, well, Shaq must be a better shooter. His stats are better. But then when you watch Shaq shoot, and I love Shaq, all right, this is not a hate against Shaq. Shaq's underneath the basket, you know what I mean? He's not popping, half-range jumpers.
Well, and what do they call that? Scoreboard watching? Stat watching?
Yeah. So when you look at the stats, you're like, man, Shaq's one of the best in the game. Yes, he is. But is he a best shooter?
And when you look at, Tua throwing for 400 yards a game and, leading the NFL in passing yards, or in this category, you have to not only look at the numbers for what they are, but look at how he got them. The same can be said with any quarterback's interceptions. If a guy has 5 interceptions in a game and you didn't watch the game, you're going to look at the stat sheet and say, holy shit, he played awful. But if you go and you pull the game film up and you look and you watch, and every single one of those 5 interceptions is, deflected off of somebody's helmet, bounces off of a guy's hand. You know what I mean? It's one of those weird tuck rule kind of calls, and it's an intercept. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's just like offensive lineman, like a fat piece of shit Donovan Smith, gives up, maybe an edge rusher coming around and hits the quarterback, and they.
Are you going to hold that? Are you going to hold that against him personally for the rest of his life? Not just his career, because that may be over. I don't know who he ends up signing with next year, but
he'll sign with somebody.
Yeah,
and
there's somebody who's going to overpay him.
Like I've said before, and I said it on the hot mic today, if you're going to sign Donovan Smith, because I know a lot of GMs and scouts are listening to our show right now.
He's a Tennessee Titan. I'm going to call it right now.
Okay, the Tennessee Titans, listen to me right now. You may say I don't know a lot, and you may say I'm a moron. But if you are going to sign Donovan Smith, make sure he has a good left guard, a good center, a good right guard, a good right tackle, a good tight end, a strong running back, a good quarterback, and a couple good wide receivers. And Donovan Smith will be an average left tackle. And I'm just saying that because every motherfucker in chat that literally says the same thing over and over about how he was good for the one season during the Super Bowl when he had a totally different offensive line that year than he had this year and last year. No, not last year, this year.
Doesn't just have to be a good quarterback. It may have to potentially be the greatest quarterback of all time. I mean,
no, but it's okay though, right? It's okay because
those are.
He's a good left tackle making $15 million a year.
Those are a dime a dozen. You know what I mean? You can find one of those undrafted free agent guy come in and be that.
It's okay. Hey, it's all good. You know why? Because Kenyatta Walker won a Super Bowl with the Bucks. 702. He's a Hall of Famer.
Hey, is this Lummy?
Yeah, it's Lummy.
Hey, Lummy, I just want to say I love listening to the show. 2 things, and then I'm going to get off. First one, I think Babyface needs to be put on a restriction or something, man. He's not coming in. Come on, man. I love the show with you two guys, but he has to do something. Bring you guys food, something. This is already the second, show. I know he's let you guys know that he was going to miss it, but come on, man. Come on, Babyface. He's got to get it together, kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then second one, if you're the Bears, do you give up that number 1 pick and get some veterans and some other picks, or do you keep that?
Honestly, I mean, all right, you're a Bears fan, I'm guessing, right?
Yes.
Okay, are you buying? You buying his hype, the quarterback? Are you buying it? You believing in your quarterback?
Yeah, I am. I'm riding with him. I got at least 1 or 2 more years. Let's see what he could do.
Yeah, good. You should.
So you know what you do then? In my opinion, I say you trade that number. I say you trade that first pick because I think the Bears need way more than one really good player.
I agree. I was going to say I think you look at what you can field around Justin Fields and make that more of a priority because the number 1 pick is only going to get you so far. I don't know what position they could possibly get that's going to change either side of the ball that much for them with the number 1 overall pick. Like, if they were to hang on to that number 1 pick, do you have a guy you want them to draft or maybe a position you think needs more help than the rest?
Yeah, no, I don't. I think
exactly.
They should trade it too.
Yeah.
There's not that player right now that's out there like, oh, okay, he's a game changer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Number 1 pick has to be.
I think loading up on resources and trying to make a play for, a more proven playmaker is possible. Like, there's guys they can go out there and get. I think they should.
They should trade down. They could trade down a couple picks. They probably get trade down a couple picks in the first round, and maybe get a second and third rounder for it. Someone that wants to trade up, maybe get a quarterback that's coming out or a defensive player, and they go get a stud wide receiver that's coming out.
DeAndre Hopkins.
There's a lot of good wide receivers coming in this draft.
Oh well, I was gonna say, if they go ahead and trade away that number 1, with some of those resources and some of that cap room, they should go after a guy like DeAndre Hopkins because they totally can.
Yeah, but you could almost be like how the Eagles are. They got a stud. They traded on draft day for the guy from the Titans. Thank you, sir. I don't know if he was still there, but yeah,
he was just listening.
Oh, sorry. He said he would go, so I wasn't sure if he was still there. But yeah, they got a stud on the draft, and then they traded for her. So they had 2 instant superstar wide receivers. Correct?
Yeah.
And I mean, who we've talked about this before. I mean, who are the Bears wide receivers?
Chase Claypool.
Okay.
They still have Mooney.
Okay. Pringle. You got Pringle,
Jones Jr.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean,
that's it.
I think you give me you say you sign a Hopkins. I think, but you sign like kind of a stud young wide receiver to go with Fields. And I think, I don't think their running backs are that bad. I mean, then maybe you look at some offensive linemen. You got to protect your offense, obviously. And I think then they also need to go hard at defense. I know they did trade a couple of their guys, but
maybe they go after a Donovan Smith.
I mean, if you want the Bears to suck, then you go after a Donovan Smith.
Bears fans don't know that. They don't know that he sucks.
Okay, listen, Donovan Smith. Okay. That guy made $15 million last year. Let me type this in here real quick. We got Donovan Smith.
We got Donovan Smith on the phone.
Hey, Donovan Smith, how's it going? Hey, you know what? Yeah, you know what? You're 6'6", 338, but I think you're a big fat piece of shit.
They also got Cole Kmet at tight end. Mark Jones reminded me in the chat.
You made me frustrated to be a season ticket holder for the Bucs, whether I am a season ticket holder next year or not, because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are literally not lubing it up and literally just completely.
Talk about that. You still haven't gotten your copy of Madden yet, have you?
No, I have not got my copy of Madden. Now I can sound like a complete piece of shit.
Like 8 months late?
Well, they didn't even answer the email when my lovely wife, Ashley, sent an email in. And for people that don't know, this is going to sound so dumb. All right, this is going to sound dumb.
It sounds like the lamest shit on the planet.
It sounds like I'm just being, but it's the point at this
It's the principle.
So we upgraded our seats because we did pretty well the year before when we had Walker. We sold some tickets. We made a little bit of money on those tickets, and we were able to upgrade. And we wanted to be more toward the air conditioning and in the club section because, one, it was right below Dr. Dan. That's always nice. And two, because if we wanted to bring Walker to a couple games, that we would be able to at least go inside and kind of cool off on one of those hot days. So we were able to, and it was all paid for by us selling our a couple of tickets from the year before. So that was nice. Well, one of the benefits for upgrading to that section, you were able to get a free game of Madden. Now, I don't play a lot of video games anymore. I always liked NCAA, football, except they got rid of it in 2015, 2016. But you know what? A free game of Madden. Okay, you know what? It's free, right? I'll look at it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I mean, worst case scenario, I could literally have given it to you or sold it. So, all right, I sign up. Oh, they in August. Oh, well, wait on the NFL to give us the code. Okay. September comes. Hey guys, just checking on that game of Madden. Hey, just checking. That was the only thing I had. Oh, the NFL has delayed it 30 days, and we'll get it to you when it comes out. Okay.
As if they don't have them, 30 copies just sitting in a promo closet somewhere.
Well, I guess they'll give you a code because I guess you can download it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you have to install all these games now. You can't just get the disc and play the game.
No.
You got to put the disc in and then wait 4 hours for a 50 gigabyte download.
Exactly.
Which you may or may not have space for.
Exactly. So you got to delete some other stuff. But, it is what it is. I'm like, you know what? I'll wait. October comes around. Guess what happened, Rhett?
No, man.
So I sent an email. Hey, guys, just checking on this. Get a response. Oh, I'm so sorry. We will have it by the end of the month. Okay, football season's halfway to the end. You know what? It's not a big deal. Cool. End of October comes. November starts. I go, hey, where's the game? What's going on, guys? Being nice as possible. Don't get a response. So I sent another email. Hey, just checking on this. Really just wanted to, check out the game that I was promised to get. Don't get a response again. So then I'm like, hey, Ashley, because the tickets were under her name. And I said, hey, can you send a message to our rep or whatever and see? Well, they respond with, we don't have you registered in the system to get it now. So I sent her the emails that I got them saying, hey, we'll send it to you once we get it. Since that, they have literally blown us off, and it's all over this stupid Madden game. Okay. So, whatever. I'll let that one go off. I enjoy going to the Bucks games with Walker and Ashley, and we have fun. I love going to Bucks games whether they suck or not. Well, okay, we're going to renew our tickets. See, we didn't cancel last year, Red. Like a lot of people, once Tom Brady retired, they canceled.
Right.
We didn't. We said, you know what? I'm a Bucks fan. I'll go to Bucks fans, every day if they're 3-14.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we renew. We don't cancel. We keep it. Tom Brady comes back. Everything's good. Well, this year, we're like, yeah, we're going to keep it. And Ashley's like, well, if they raise the rates a lot, then maybe we shouldn't. It's going to be really expensive. I said, they're not going to raise the rates. Tom Brady's retiring. Why would the Bucks raise their rates on tickets? That would be almost the stupidest thing, right?
Almost.
And she's like, okay, well, yeah, we'll keep them as long as they keep the same, because you have to put a 50% deposit down on it. So you got a 50% deposit on the tickets. Well, what do the Bucks do? Raise the rates. Now you might say, Rhett, in your own mind, what do they raise them? $1, $2, $3, right? 27% on the ticket price.
Hundreds of
Who
dollars.
is the quarterback, Rhett?
Hey, but the quarterback doesn't even fucking matter. What you're not taking into consideration, and this is where I side with the organization, all right, because enough is enough.
Okay,
People
please
like to
fight
complain.
for the organization.
People like to complain. People like you... People like you and Ashley like to complain.
Yes, I would love to hear.
But you guys get an extra preseason game.
Yes.
You get an extra preseason
yes,
game.
Thank you. You know what? You should go sell tickets for them, Red.
Again, I hate to side with the organization, but you are forgetting that, the $350, the $400 family experience that is an NFL preseason game is certainly worth every penny.
Oh, and the best part is guess what, Red? My son's under 3 years old. Now, I would say majority of sports fans, like the Rays, they say, yeah, your kid can't even sit in his own fucking seat.
Yeah,
I mean, just put him on your lap. The kid weighs like 24 pounds, right?
Yeah.
All right. No,
not
you
the
gotta buy a fucking ticket for the kid.
Not the sticky finger glazers, no sir.
What do you mean?
No,
sir. My kid literally is 25 pounds or 30 pounds, whatever he is right now. He's got to buy his own ticket.
Listen,
he sat on my lap. Is it okay? No, he's got to buy a ticket. And by the way, it's 27% higher than last year. Whoa. We're right. You're fighting for the Bucks here, right?
And it's so funny to me It's so funny to me because obviously they're thinning out the herd. They're trying to make sure all the Brady campaigners are long gone. You know, all these people that got locked into a 2-year commitment probably feel like some fucking schmucks right now. You know, they want to make sure that there's no more new fans coming in because they've certainly had a lot of those.
Yeah.
And not all of them root for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because tickets get sold. But it's just like, this is classic scumbaggery by the Glazers and by the Buccaneer ownership. You know, this is a team that got too big for their britches after winning the Super Bowl. And honestly, it's an attitude that the entire front office has had since before the Bucs were even fucking relevant.
Yeah.
Like even back in 2017, 2018, 2019, if you called them up, for example, if you called them up and tried to get media credentials, training camp passes, just general access to training camp, it was like you had to be on this fucking, you know, it was an esteemed honor to go watch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers practice in September in the middle of fucking, you know, Florida. It's always been this really like snobbish attitude, but at the sake of, you know, the fans and the people that support them, unfortunately.
Yeah,
like
unfortunately.
when Tom Brady came here and everyone knew that ticket prices were going to be going up, everyone knew that, hey, there's people, you know, there's people who have been going to games for 25, 30, 35 years who now may not be able to afford to go to the games, you know? And then it's like the organization didn't do anything at all to help support the longtime average Joe fan during the Tom Brady years. And that is unprecedented success. That is, you know, an amount of money revenue that the Bucs have never seen before. So I get it. Sometimes those fucking old timers get left in the dust, but it's just, what bigger middle finger to the fans than to pull the same shit that we watch time and time again? You said it yourself. This happened after they had this. Yeah, this happened after they moved on from Gruden, and those years after the Super Bowl is when they really started to piss people off, and they're getting ready to do it again.
Well, Brett, the clause you've got with the clauses? You know, you said they added a preseason game.
Yeah.
Well, the clause in the contract says this, and it's totally acceptable. It literally, you can't cancel the tickets or you lose your deposit. So if someone says they have, you know, let's say $5,000, $4,000 ticket, you got $2,000 that's in there that you can't get back. You know why, Rhett? There's a clause. And the clause is that they raise their ticket prices. If they don't raise their ticket,
don't raise them by, what was it,
over
20?
over 7%. If they don't raise their ticket prices over 7%, then if you cancel it, you lose your deposit. All right. So they technically raised the tickets, which, by the way, we lost the game last year to Europe. But that's besides the point.
Lost a home game.
If you literally raise they raised it 27%. You know how they got away with it? They added that preseason game. So guess what? That happens. Well, we gave you a game that you got to pay full price for on a preseason game. So now your ticket prices are only increasing by under 7%. So you know what? If you do want to cancel, you can suck your money down the drain, buddy.
I mean, listen, I don't want to sound like a broken record here. I don't want to sound like a Karen, and I don't want to sound like an emotionally involved fan, but like it's literally teetering on the line of what is legal. As far as,
no, it's legal. I mean, it's legal right there. I mean, if Brian, our lawyer, was here, you know, once again, another legal, but he'd probably be arguing for the.
No, it's just it's next level legal chess to get away with raising the ticket prices. That way, you can fucking just tag on.
Eat More Coastlaw sits in the same suite area that we sit in. I've seen him there a couple of times, and he is correct. At the Carolina game, the last home game, with the herd of the escalator, but the drink machines were broken in the club level. So everything took forever. They gave you literally so you had to stand in line with the food. They have the side thing, just the way that everything was handled at the stadium, like toward the end. You could tell they were giving up. You literally could tell. No, seriously, you could tell they did not give two shits.
It was the end of the year. They were fucking.
They knew Tom Brady was almost gonna be done, and I'm like, we got a fucking playoff game going on, and you guys are treating us like shit. You know, really, just. Everyone's attitude was like, we don't give a shit about you people. You literally are pieces of shit. You're trash. You know what I mean? And it was so bad.
On top of that, You now have to put up with another season of the Cruise Nest because those people got a 2-year commitment.
No, but so we have a friend that has season tickets, and they just canceled hers, and they're not there, and they said he has to buy somewhere else.
I hope that's the case because every report was saying that they're going to be back, said that they are going to be there for at least 2 years because that's whatever the fuck they decided to agree to. But, I mean, they put up this shabby high school bleacher stand on an entire end zone. And listen, if you can do that and you can somehow facilitate a way to keep the extra bathrooms open, keep the concessions open.
Well, they kept the extra bathrooms open.
Yeah, but keep the fucking concessions open. Allow people to get drinks on that side of the stadium. I mean, not only was it, just shoddily put up and took up all of that extra space, but it just ruined the game day experience for anyone that used to stand. I mean, that's like easily 5,000 people that would stand in that end zone.
Yeah. And the thing is too, and people will be like, well, you got to go sit in your seats. Listen, it's Tampa, man. It's hot.
Yeah, nobody's just going to fucking, yeah.
And you are roasting. And there's a little bit of shade over there, and at least you can kind of walk around. And there's a better breeze. And you're literally sitting there.
So they did announce, courtesy of Ashley G in the chat.
Yeah, who's that?
Yeah, that the Cruise Nest is down. They announced it. Thank God. As they should.
But they canceled those people, even though they had a 2-year, they just canceled their tickets.
Yeah, I bet those people are happy they don't have to get suckered into paying for seats next
fucking year. Yeah, but if you
year.
wanted to go to the game, then you would actually technically now have to just restart it.
Yeah. So even if, I wonder what the deal is then if they had already paid off those tickets. Because you remember, even people who had already paid off their tickets last year, they were paid all ahead for 2023. They got another invoice for, $200, $300, $400. So all the people that just had their shit canceled, what do they do with all that cash?
Yeah, I'm curious. You know what? And in my opinion, I don't know the answer. Maybe Ashley does. But what I think that they're going to do is they're probably going to say, oh, well, if you have $1,000 that your deposit was right and you can't get it back, you can't get it back, but we'll put it toward another ticket for you.
Yeah, we'll credit and we'll pay the difference.
Oh, wait. And now this new ticket in the 300 level is $5,000. Good luck, buddy. Good luck. But so I can't get my $1,000 back? No, you're under contract. Well, you raised the prices so much. Well, you know what? I liked my tickets that I had. Well, now they're not there anymore.
And then you argue with them, and they're like, you know what, pal? You know what? We're just going to go ahead and do you a favor. Here's a $1,000 gift card to the team store.
That it expired when the season ended last year.
Yeah.
No, I mean, our guy, who's technically we found out as a senior rep, literally just won't even answer your emails or calls. He'll just ignore it. And then just send you your cancellation papers and say, well, yeah, if you're not happy. Like, this guy has got to be the king of being able to cold call and sell Buck season tickets when we have literally Kyle Trask going to be our quarterback. I mean, I almost want to call this guy and be like,
they need to give this dude a raise.
Yeah, are you going to be selling on the point that we don't have Donovan Smith anymore? Like,
there you go. Yeah, got rid of Donovan Smith.
Leonard Fournette's gone.
Got rid of laid off Lenny.
Yeah, I mean, what's your selling point here, buddy? Your selling point is what? That people are going to show up? No, they're not. They're not. Brett, are you looking forward, besides the game of football, obviously we all are you looking forward to, in September 5th, whatever, going to a Bucs game?
Not in that
when
weather.
It's 125
Not
degrees.
In that weather. Nope.
And let's just hypothetically say it's Kyle Trask handing the ball off to, what? Is White going to be the starter quarterback?
I think it's going to be Rashad White, and then they're either going to draft Leonard's replacement or just sign one of these veteran running backs. The free agent running back list is kind of sweet. One of those guys is going to have to settle for less money.
Yeah, well, I don't think the Bucs are going to be signing.
I think Leonard Fournette's going to be a Patriot.
Yeah, me too. I think he's actually going to go back up there with Bill and say, "Hey, Bill, you know what? I'm sorry, buddy.
Hey, man, sorry about last year. Tom got in my ear and blah 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 blah." I will say that as far as Leonard Fournette goes,
technically he did say there was no beef between the team.
Yeah, but he could have been a little more graceful. I mean, you hate to hear it. You hate to hear it like that as a fan. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I got no interest in helping you guys rebuild this team. I was just here to win with Tom. I'm out of here. And that's the attitude with a lot of these guys. But to hear it like that, it is what it is. He seemed like that type of player from the get-go anyways. The guy's kind of a prima donna.
Well, someone in chat here, switch topics because my blood is boiling over the fucking Bucs. Lions. I think the Lions are going to be good, right? I mean, what do you think, Coach?
Yeah, man.
I mean, are you guys? Yeah. I mean, you guys have kind of a stud team. I mean, what do you guys plan on doing in the draft?
I think we're going to look into bringing Jared back.
Nice. Okay.
You know, he played good ball last year. I just went out there, fucking let him play. Just let him play. You know, I thought he played some good ball. So we're looking forward to improving that. I know we made some changes to the coaching staff, so bring in some more help for him. You know, we got a fucking bulldozer playing over there at the offensive line position in Sewell. I mean, that guy's a fucking stud. Everything you could have wanted and more, right? Perennial Hall of Famer.
Do you guys want Donovan Smith?
You know,
is he a cat? Is he a big cat that you like, maybe?
You know, truthfully, man, I don't know if he's quite up to the Detroit standard.
Oh, you mean he's kind of a pussy?
You know, I'm not gonna say that, man.
Listen, you're a hard nosed, you know, old offensive lineman.
Yeah,
you know,
but man,
I mean, you could probably pancake his ass, chair check him.
Yeah,
you know,
but...
I mean, you know, you're not dog piss Willie.
No,
I mean, you're a stud. I mean, Donovan Smith is just
fucking Dan Campbell.
I mean, you're
Dan fucking Campbell.
Exactly. I mean, you literally turned the Lions around.
You can put on the tape. I'm fucking Dan Campbell.
You guys beat the Packers and kept them out of the playoffs.
Fuck the Packers.
Exactly. I mean, you guys are probably going to be the favorite to win the Central, the North, whatever the fuck it's called.
Central.
I just went back to fucking 1990.
Yeah, we got 2 big-time games against Tampa next year. Didn't see that one coming, but...
Yeah, I mean, but no, I mean, the Lions are going to be good. Hopefully, if we do have, well, actually, at this point in time, we don't feel like losing our deposit. So possibly our tickets will be up for sale. So hopefully we get good crowds from the Lion fans that will want to pay a little bit more money for tickets. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck with some really expensive tickets, which is actually really upsetting.
Yeah, no kidding. You want to do that thing?
Hold on 1 second. We got a call here.
Oh.
I got a text from Bubba, so. Hello. 407.
She's going to blow.
Hey, Lummy Red, how you guys doing today?
Good, how you doing?
Man.
Doing good. I was just calling about listening to you talk about the Buck season tickets, and I actually called my rep the other day and complained. And then 2 days later, I get a package in the mail from the Tampa Bay Bucks office.
Are you going to defuse that bomb?
I know.
No, like I open up the box and I'm like, oh, look, they
And
wanted
it started
to keep me
beeping.
so
I
bad.
opened up.
They sent me a Vita Vea signed mini helmet, like a $35 helmet, to try to keep me to spend $2,000 extra on tickets for the season.
Wow.
See, I heard
okay.
they were sending out Mike Evans signed helmets too, and I guess
What?
I guess you didn't have his expensive enough tickets to get the Mike Evans one, but
Well, I haven't got anything.
I guess not, because I got Vita Vea, and I almost thought about sending it back to him and saying, no thanks, I don't even want this.
What the fuck?
But, yeah.
Are you guys being serious? Or are you fucking with me right now?
no, dude, I'm being dead serious.
I swear, I can send you a picture. But
Our
listen,
guy sent us our fucking cancellation papers.
no.
Well, sorry, pal.
We're in the fucking club level.
On to the next one.
I'll let you guys go, but I just want to say that I thought it was funny. So,
Oh, yeah, it's real funny.
Lummy, you better call. You should get a sign. Maybe you can get like a signed.
Hold on. We
maybe
have
get a
called.
Maybe you get a
jersey
signed
or
Donovan
something.
Smith.
Hold on. We have called. We literally called and bitched about it that we're going to cancel. The motherfucker avoided or ignored us on the Madden game and sent us our cancellation papers.
That's.
You get a signed Vita Vea. Other people are going to Mike Evans. We got literally dog shit Willie. Dog shit Willie right now. I'm glad. Hopefully, Ashley's listening right now. Ashley, this motherfucker. I'm sweating now. I'm getting angry. Okay. Well, you know what? Hopefully the Bucks didn't send you whatever's beeping in the background. And congratulations on your Vita Vea helmet. I'm now upset. Thank you.
All right, man. I'll let you guys go.
Goodbye. I am dumbfounded.
You think that guy just lives with that shit beeping in his house? Because I asked him if he was going to defuse that bomb, and he was
man.
not even phased. He didn't even address it.
He wanted to talk about Vita Vea.
It's pretty funny that they're just sending people shit.
I can't fucking believe that they didn't. That
You're gonna be-
motherfucker could
you're
have sent
gonna
us
be
a poster, something.
You're going to be a Dolphins fan by the start of next year.
I know people that I don't know, man.
Hey, listen, I know that-
I'm just.
Listen, buddy, I know tickets are expensive. I know they're getting pricey, and you're kind of worried on if you're going to be able to afford it. I think what we should do is maybe look into running some ads or checking out some sponsors for the sports show. Maybe.
Yeah, you're gonna help me with loading that 2 things in the back, right? In the front, the fridge and the box.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Let me pull this up real quick.
Yeah. No, you're good.
I'm now more mad than I have, and
well, I'll give you a minute to cool down, and I guess I'll bring everybody up to speed on what's about to happen here. So I'm not gonna name names until we get him on the phone, but there's a guy who I did some work for, some video work in the 2021 NFL season for his sports media page, whatever the fuck. So I did a bunch of videos, and we had a verbal agreement that he was going to pay me this much for the amount of work that I did, and he just stopped paying me about halfway through the season, and then that bill accumulated, and
Wait, hold on. All right, keep talking.
No, that bill just kept going up and going up and going up, and I mean, it's been over a year, almost 2 calendar years. I've been begging this guy to pay me my money back. And listen, I understand at this point that I'm probably not going to see the money, but I'd rather try my best to make this guy look as much like an asshole as I can, because he certainly is. Yeah, but he basically had me do work for him, edit a bunch of videos for him, and he never paid me. So I've just been blowing his phone up and trying to figure it out. He always gives me a sob story of, he told me one night he spent the night in jail, and that's why he couldn't fucking pay me.
Hold on, his voicemail. Hey, my name's Warren. I got your number from a friend of mine. We have a radio show here that we do, a sports show, here locally in Tampa, and we're trying to get a little better name, maybe do some advertising. If you could let us, give me a call back, 813-902. I can't say Bubba. What the fuck is the number?
8222.
Hello? Okay, you're not on. He's on hold. Hold on.
So was that all in the voicemail?
No. No. Hello? No, it's not in the voicemail.
He's not even going to answer the phone.
I hit delete.
Oh.
I just deleted the voicemail.
Oh, so you're going to leave another one? Or we could just try the other number. If he doesn't
answer. That's what I do.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he doesn't answer, then we're not going to make it a whole deal. But I just want to, I don't know. I just want to waste his time. I want him to think that his pretend little business is getting some attention,
813-90 Bubba.
813-902-8222.
8222. Well, I was off one. What? 1 2.
You didn't say anything. You said 813-902, and then you didn't say anything. 8222.
Listen, okay, I'm upset right now. What's going on with our Bucks thing?
I know. That's why I'm trying to squirrel you and get your mind off of it. I want you to be upset at this guy like I am, because he owes me a lot of money, or he owes me enough money to, give him a hard time over it, because fuck this guy.
How many numbers does this guy have?
Just 2. I only sent you 2.
Well, one's under is Siri found in messages too.
Oh, that's the other one that I had sent you.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Yeah, as far as I know, he's only got those 2, but he probably has more than that now, because he can never seem to pay anyone for any of the work that they do. I mean, everyone knows a guy like this. He's a carpenter 1 year, and then like 6 months later, he's selling real estate, and then a year and a half later, he's slinging some medicine from home. He's like the equivalent of a fucking Avon lady.
When's the last time you tried to call him? I think he might have hung up.
I think it was when last time I talked to him was on the phone when you were sitting there and we were in the engineering room. You remember?
Yeah.
That's like the last contact I had. I think maybe I messaged him a couple times.
Oh, it's ringing. Hold on.
Turn him up.
Hold on. Ready? Hey, this is Warren. I got a radio show you're live on the air with us now. We're looking for advertising, and my friend referred me to you. Hello?
Oh, he pussied out. He knew it was about to happen.
You think he didn't want to go live on the air?
Yeah. I mean, you did what you had to do. It's all right, but you gonna call him back?
Yeah. Don't say anything.
It's all right. I'll mute myself. Hey, man, I guess we got disconnected.
I was hoping he was going to call back. No, he's not going to pick up. Damn it. Damn it, Matt.
Mr. Big Shot.
Oh.
Damn.
Hung up. What a douche. Hello? Hello? Yellow? Hello? You think for someone that's selling advertisement that you might want to call back someone that says, hey, I'm looking for advertisement for my sports show.
Well, you didn't even mention that. I think he might have hung up as soon as he heard you say, hey, I'm Warren, and I got a sports radio show. You're on the air right now. And I think once he heard that, he probably hung up.
That's why, must be Rhett trying to...
Well, probably. I guarantee you he probably made that connection.
I mean, that's a pretty dick move. I heard the calls... and when he would talk to you and how he was going to promise to get it, and he told his sad story.
Oh my God, dude! I mean, you heard it. Yeah, I got the voice memos I could fucking play if I might actually. Hold on, let me play one. I'll play one so everybody can get an idea of what I've been talking about. But it's like it's one of those problems where I don't take him seriously because I don't respect him at all because he's a piece of shit. And it's like I know I'm obviously not going to see this money. But I know that the more I press him about it, one, he's either going to pay me, or two, it's just going to be annoying to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'd rather more people know about it now, because for a long time, there was no way I could explain the story where, like, I'm, the fucking good guy in it. But this guy's just a classic piece of shit.
Well, and I don't know if you said, too, if you go on his Instagram and all this stuff,
he's always posting about, his fucking how hard he works and how he's a hustler lifestyle.
Yeah, but doesn't, he always has new phones and he's...
Brother. Just want to give you a quick update, man. Really, there ain't no excuse. There's honestly, Rhett, there's not, man. You're a good dude. You do great work. I was with my, my chick for 13 years, bro.
Like, what a pathetic piece of shit. I can't pay you, so I'm going to bring up my ex-wife that,
Own a home together.
And just wait till you hear how this ends.
Did all my books for the businesses and whatnot. And, anyways, yeah, man, I had a DUI about 3 years ago. I never got. It was a DUI, dropped to a reckless driving. It was bullshit. They said there was alcohol on my breath. I blew a 000. And anyways, it was dropped to a reckless driving. This was during the lockdowns and shit during COVID. And missed a court date. And I just got out of jail.
Oh.
Yeah, where's my fucking money? That was my response, and then I got 2 more minute-long voice memos.
He just got out of jail.
No, he just got out of jail. He just broke up with his fucking girlfriend of 13 years.
His wife.
Apparently, she managed his entire livelihood. I mean, dude, it's just so fucking pathetic. This guy's been full of excuses for 2 years, and I've just about had enough of it. And this is incredibly out of character for me, bro, because typically I don't get this upset over issues like this. Like, I have had financial issues before where I've had to tell someone, like, I got you later on down the road, but not 2 fucking years.
Hold on.
And especially not for work that I was paying them to do.
But hold on, Brett.
Like, it would usually be,
This is recent, right? This is just right after he got out of jail, right?
Oh, no, he's owed me this money since fucking January 2022.
Oh, so he's been out now for 14 months, 15 months?
I guess he just can't scrounger up the fucking, couple $100. Really, it's less than $1,000. It's over $500, but it's less than $1,000. And it's like, again, I've accepted the fact that I'm more than likely never going to see this money because this guy's a low-life piece of shit. And he doesn't have enough character or respect for me as a man to, own up to how pathetic he is and pay me the money that he owes me. But
But he's probably doing stuff now, like cutting costs, like not going to Bucks games, not taking trips.
Imagine, yeah, you have to imagine that maybe his lavish lifestyle would stop, but like no, in the lifetime, in the span that he's owed me money, I mean, he got like a brand new Galaxy S22, the one that folds the fuck open.
Oh, those are cheap.
Those are real cheap phones. I mean, he's going on trips to Miami with some trailer trash bitch every other week. It's like, it's pathetic. It really is, dude. And I've just about had enough of it. Like I have been, for the longest time, I was respectable, you know, because that's just typically how I try to handle business. You know how important it is to have connections and to not burn bridges every chance you get. Had I burned a bridge here, I wouldn't be working here holding the MF and strap right now. But, you know, I've just put up with this for so long, and it's clear he has no intention of paying me. So, you know, I hate to go out here and air all this shit out. This is not what I wanted to do, and it's not how I wanted to go about this. But this guy pretends to be a businessman. He has a fucking Facebook page with thousands of people on it. You know, he pretends to post to post about sports news like he knows what's happening, like he's in the know, like he has sources. You know, he's just some schmuck with a Facebook page, and it's awful that he has wasted my time like this, but it just makes me mad. You know, the more that I talk about it, I get almost as worked up as you do when you talk about Tua Tagovailoa and that copy of Madden 23 that the Buccaneers never sent you. Like, it just boils my blood, dude, because, you know, this is a guy that at 1 minute is talking to you on the phone, talking about how much he respects you, how much good work you do, and all this other shit. And then, you know, he goes and he basically shows his true colors by acting like a little bitch.
863.
It's pathetic, dude.
Hello?
Yes, sir. It's just track me. I'm trying to make it quick, guys. First, Rhett, this is to you. So this is something probably people with money say, you know, because my mom told it to me. It's not actually something I believe in, but she said, whatever that amount of money is, that's all it costs me to get rid of him for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? He's obviously not a good guy. That's all it costs you to get rid of him.
Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. And I will say the only reason I can't get this guy out of my life is because, you know, I do a Bucks podcast, and he's in a lot of the same scene as that. So he pops up and people know him, and it's like his page has somewhat of a following, and you know, even the shit that he throws up on his page is stolen content half the time that he'll take from, you know, other video editors or other pages that produce football content. Like, he's a joke, and I think more people should know about it because he does, you know, have a following.
Yeah,
and he does have other people he's supposedly doing business with. Like, he has sponsorships. He has, you know, stuff that he promotes, and I assume someone's getting paid on the back end somewhere in all of that. So these people who give him,
you know, he's getting his.
Well, and yeah, I know he's getting his, and these people that give him their hard-earned money, expecting it to, you know, be worth it, they should know the risks that, hey, this guy may or may not do business with you the way that he says he's going to, and I think that's fair.
All right, and my last thing I'll leave you guys with and listen to is, who would both of you guys like, seems how Babyface doesn't ever come in, who would you guys both like to see play for the Bucks this year? Who would you actually like to be the quarterback that has a chance to be the quarterback? And I'll let you go with that. Y'all have a good one.
See you, man. You know my pick, man.
Teddy Two Gloves?
Oh, Minshew Mania, baby.
Yeah. I was going to say Minshew. I would have said Jimmy G, but I think he gets hurt.
It sounds like you almost said what you really wanted to say. I heard the first name. I heard the first name that came out of your mouth.
No, shut up.
Oh.
No, and no. You know, the Taylor Heineke, I wouldn't mind maybe for a Band-Aid. Cooper Rush wouldn't be bad since he's young, maybe put together with some wide receivers, but technically, I guess you could say between Gardner Minshew and Cooper Rush. And I guess you're going with
Cooper Rush.
Yeah, Cooper Rush.
Okay.
What, you don't like him?
No, it's not that I don't like him. I don't really think, I don't know. I don't think of him like that because he's older.
Chat says, Amanda says, Rhett, why wouldn't you post something on his Facebook? Call him out for his followers, clients.
You know, truthfully, making a social media post, as much as I hate to say it, I know that that's the easiest way to kind of pull the Band-Aid off and bring awareness to it, but there's not going to be a way to do that where people don't look at it from an outside perspective and be like, wow, maybe this guy's just full of shit, or wow, this guy, is kind of a dick for dragging this guy in his business like this, or, I don't know. It's a little out of character for me, and I feel like it's a bad look when you're the person that makes the post,
And you're so angry about it too.
Yeah, because
I
I
don't blame
want to
you.
think it through. And like, I've thought about it long enough, and I've had enough time on my hands to think about it and say that I want to sit here on the sports show and talk about it with you fine people. Because, I mean, I can't tell these people to go on Facebook and find his page. I can't tell them what his name is. But, maybe someone knows someone who might know this page and, can go on there and do whatever you got to do. I don't know, man. I don't really... I've never been the retaliatory type.
Right, I'm calling back real quick.
Yeah, give that a try. I've never really been the type to get mad and make a big deal out of something like this. But again, it is just the principle, and it's just the fact that, you fucking owe me something. Just pay me for the work that I did, and you'll never hear from me again. Like, don't be a bitch. Don't duck me. Don't avoid my phone calls.
Here we go. Let's see here. That one straight to voicemail.
Oh, it did?
This one is ringing. Hey, how's it going? I called you a little earlier. We got disconnected, it seemed. This is Warren. I have a radio show here in Tampa. It's a sports show. And I was looking for advertisement. You're on the air right now because, I mean, that's how we kind of do things around here. God damn it. Yeah.
He hung up again?
Yeah.
He knows what's going on.
Yeah, he picked
What
up.
did he
Oh,
say-
I did
what did
call.
he-
I did call from a different line.
What did he say?
He tried to be more professional this time.
What did he say the first time?
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
And then this one was like, oh, here he is. All right. He's calling in. I don't have to say
All
on
right, let's
the
do
air,
it.
correct?
Let's do it. Yep.
Hey, this is Warren. Live.
Can you hear me, buddy?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Yeah, you cut off on the last one. Okay, so say it again.
So I got a sports show here in Tampa. We do it on YouTube, Facebook, things like that. And my friend recommended you kind of do a little advertising. He says you work with other shows or have worked with other shows and that you'd be able to help build the brand.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, full spectrum marketing, branding, consulting, all that. What's the name of your show?
It's a Lummy sports show. I mean, right now, currently, we're doing one show a week on Wednesdays from 12 to 2 on YouTube, Facebook, podcast kind of thing.
Okay.
And so I kind of was just seeing our numbers, like on YouTube, we're about 62,000, and Facebook, we're about 84 now. But we definitely want to grow it to take it to different levels. And I was just seeing like what you're able to do, what the different costs are, things like that.
Yeah, and give me your name one more time, buddy.
Warren, Warren, yeah. And yeah,
Okay.
it's me and my co-host, Rhett.
Roger that. And my name is Eric. And listen, Warren, I would love to talk to you about this. I'll be free probably anytime after about 3:34. Is there any way? Why don't you do this if you can? If you can send me some links to whatever you got, just
Okay. Yeah,
your
no
YouTube
problem.
Page, your Facebook page, website if you got one or whatever. Let me do some due diligence while I'm knocking some errands out over the next couple hours. And if I can give you a shout back this afternoon, and spend 30, 45 minutes with you, we could walk through it and see what we could do. But
Yeah.
I'd love to help.
Okay, yeah. So, are you running some errands to get the 600 that you owe Rhett, or is it the 600 that you're never going to pay him?
What? Say it again now.
Rhett, I was seeing the errands you run. Are you going to the bank to get the $600 out? Because I think he'll take it in 50s, 20s, 10s, or 5s, or 1s. You know the money that you owe our co-host Rhett?
Yeah, you fucking bitch. Hang up the phone.
Wow.
What a piece of shit, bro. And he knows it, too.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I even said
I mean,
your
that's
name.
what everyone needs to see. His name is his name is Eric White. We have said his name on the show before.
Well, technically, he did say whatever company he was running.
Yeah, it's NSPN Champa Bay TV.
Yeah, whatever he said. I mean, I just,
Yeah, what a piece of
I
fucking
got
shit.
your name, and obviously he didn't pick up on it until I dropped it the second time. And you can just see what kind of human
I know,
being
he wasn't
is.
even listening. I don't even think it registered the first time. He probably thought you said something else. That was great, though. I mean, I'm glad that, one, that we did this on the air, and now more people are aware of it. But it's just fuck, dude. Like, just be a man. You know what I mean? Like, don't pretend to be a businessman. Don't pretend to be something you're not.
Well, yeah, I mean, you just see how he ran. He didn't even give you the boo-hoo story because you know why?
No, because he knows.
Well, one, he knows he's on the air. Two, he knows who you work for. He knows you work for the Bubba the Love Sponge show. So obviously now he knows that he's probably sitting on a Bubba the Love Sponge show airwaves on the YouTube. I told the numbers. I was a little off because I didn't know because you did say.
I'm not sweating it.
But you do know you said that he listens to the show, or he was a fan of the Bubba show.
Truthfully, I think he was a fan back in the day. He's one of those guys that listened on 98 Rock, probably on Sirius.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's one of those. So I didn't want to like give the exact numbers, and he's like, oh, okay. So I was trying to throw it off, and he didn't really put the numbers over anyhow, too. So, but whatever. And then instead of giving his bullshit answers that I've heard multiple times, I think I've heard it twice. The sad story when you've called him.
Oh yeah, it's always like, oh, dude.
And that's what I was hoping for. I was hoping that he was gonna give that bullshit answer that he literally keeps going on. And I think honestly now he's probably like, oh fuck, oh man, like he just hung up. Like, instead of giving that,
he knows.
And I was hoping like he would probably tell me like, well, and then you would be able to pipe up, but unfortunately, he hung up again. So the first two times he must have had either bad reception or wasn't able to hear. And thank God, I mean, luckily he called back.
Yeah, no kidding. He called us.
Yeah,
that's the best part.
He thinking that he might have had some sucker, because I was hoping. I kind of saw. Oh, hold on, 813 number. 813. Hello. Oh,
White IC.
Oh, damn it.
How y'all doing?
What's up, White IC?
So with this guy, it sounds like a real good case for a Better Call Beckon.
Or a Lummy Investigates.
Yeah, Lummy Investigates.
Lummy Investigates would be fantastic. Can I ask a question about the Washington Commanders trying to get sold? Dan Snyder doesn't want Jeff Bezos to buy the team because he owns the Washington Post, and he writes a lot of he doesn't, but his staff writes a lot of bad articles on Dan Snyder. So Dan's not selling it for the $6 billion offered. Do you think it would be like pretty awesome, since Elon Musk is the richest man in the world now, for him to swoop in, drop $8 billion, and just tell them all to kiss his ass?
Yeah,
man. That would be awesome.
Who was it a couple of years ago? There was a rapper who wanted to buy the Panthers.
Jay-Z.
It was Puff Daddy.
It was
Puff Daddy. Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, get Puff Daddy.
They don't
a
have
couple
money
of other
like
people.
that, bro. They don't got billions like that. If you're only worth $1 billion,
yeah, they gotta do it by committee.
Minority owner, and you're gonna be just name recognition is all you'll have because you're Puff Daddy. But you don't got $6 billion. Jay-Z doesn't have $6 billion, and for them to even own like 10%, 20% of a team, that's all their money.
Yeah.
So that's not happening. But Elon Musk, he can easily come in, drop $8 billion, pay over just because, he's Elon Musk, and it's kind of a troll move. I mean, the owners, they can't deny that. They can't vote against Elon Musk wanting to come in and drop $8 billion on the team, because that only makes their franchises go up in value. If they
100%.
Yeah, and I mean, he can run it about as well as he's running Twitter, which
I love Twitter now. Twitter, I love it.
It's funny because there was a global Twitter outage this morning for like 30 minutes. People couldn't get on Twitter. There's been a lot more glitches, but
it's happened before.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not the first time.
So
but
it's not
like
Elon's fault or anything.
It would be an interesting perspective to see Elon own a football team, but
yeah,
I mean that's
that.
what.
Yeah.
No, I want him to own the Washington Commanders.
Just the Commanders. That's it.
He's in D.C. He owns the Commanders. Oh my God! I just thought about it. What if he changed the name back to the Redskins?
Yeah, right.
Well,
I could see him doing that.
I don't know. That name's not quite as on the nose as the Cleveland Indians. It's kind of hard to fake the funk with a name like Redskins.
It's the Cleveland Guardians now.
But I could see Elon being a troll, kind of, troll move like he did with Twitter.
Sure.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, and he can go fuck with Jerry Jones. Yeah, he can fuck with Jerry Jones.
Oh my! And just like you guys talked about yesterday during the big show, Tesla stock's way up. He became the richest man in the world again. Man, somebody get Elon Musk on the phone.
Hold on. I think he listens to the show. He'll probably be calling in here shortly. I think he's our number. I think he's our number 2 fan behind Eric.
All right. Anyways, y'all take care, man.
Thank you, what I see. Rhett.
Lummy.
Our favorite outro music. We started a little early. I know it's not 1:30. I kind of have to get home. We don't have a nanny, so I apologize to everybody. Ashley's got some meetings, and I need to get home to walk her.
Don't be sorry, man. That's your kid. Everybody listening, though, make sure you check out the latest Bubba Army podcast. You could figure out how I ended up with the strap. I'm sure we'll talk about it tomorrow morning on the big show.
Yeah, check out the podcast.
Yeah, tomorrow morning on the big show as well, live on YouTube and Facebook, 6 a.m. Eastern for the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
And don't forget to check out for all your Bubba Army merch. Go to Bubba Army Store, BubbaArmyShop.com. Either one will work. And as Red says, we will see you right back here tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. And Red, I'm sorry that that Eric guy is a piece of shit.
It's all right. I knew it was coming.
Have a great one, everyone. See ya.